You see that area? Yeah. That is going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world, and I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it.
These are all private individuals that put up a lot of money to build the ballroom. Not one penny is being used from the federal government. Myself and donors are giving them free of charge for nothing. We're donating a building.
Team Trump has been using the attempt at attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner to get out of paying for the ballroom. He said would be paid for by private donors as a gift to America, paid partly by him. But now, and this is a classic Trump move, he wants us to pay for it to the tune of $400 million.
It is insane to do this again. Anybody who suggests that we have an event like this in the times in which we live in a facility like Hilton, that's crazy. We're going to have to accommodate the times in which we live. And Eric, you nailed it. There are people out there that are nuts.
And that is why they have no choice but to barricade themselves inside a solid gold drone-proof ballroom. And by the way, I love that Trump put Lindsay in charge of the ballroom push.
Why should taxpayers now be on the hook for $1 billion?
Well, they're not, because that's for many other projects. That's for projects having to do with safety in a certain section of the White House grounds. That's not all for the ballroom. And we're putting up $400 million to do the ballroom section of the ballroom. We are putting that up privately. I am doing it along with other patriots that love our country. But they want to do certain things militarily with respect to the ballroom, having nothing to do with us or having to do with the safety of the president. So having to do with a lot of things. But we are going to have a safe ballroom. It's under construction. It's ahead of schedule. It's right on budget. It would be $300 to $400 million that we're putting up. And a lot of that money will be going to safety also. But the House approved, or the Senate approved, I guess, or they're looking at approving. I don't know if it got approved yet, but they're talking about putting up a certain amount of money having to do with security at the White House and the East Wing. Yeah.
Will you commit to publicly releasing the amount of money that the private donors have?
Well, I have no problem with it. You're not supposed to, because it's done under a way where you don't have to do that. But I have no problem. They're unbelievable people. These are great patriots. They're putting up, it's the only place in the world you can give a $400 million ballroom. You put up the money and they're unhappy with it. They think the taxpayers should pay for it. So this will be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, and it'll be the safest ballroom by far anywhere in the world. And you won't have a fiasco like you did Saturday night 2 weeks ago.
Are you expected to have an historic jet by July 4th?
By July 4th, yeah, we think we're going to have it. Yeah, we do think we're going to have it.
Jimmy Kimmel pulled back the curtain on what he described as a staggering $1 billion taxpayer scam, arguing that Trump's control over the Republican Party is the bigger controversy no one wants to discuss. He began with the so-called secret...
He said it would cost $200 million and would be financed by private donors. Then the price tag doubled to $400 million, which he said would still be paid for by private donors. Then yesterday, Republicans in the Senate pushed a bill that would allocate $1 billion of taxpayer money to go toward this project. Oh, you're against it? I'm shocked. I thought you were all for it. According to the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, the money would be used for security features only, not for the ballroom itself. And the White House, of course, disagrees with that. After saying he and his teat sucklers would pay for it personally, Team Trump now wants us to foot the bill, which is now 5 times what he said it would be. $1 billion for a ballroom. What can you say? The man loves to dance, you know?
White House ballroom, Trump insisted was necessary for national security. Trump originally claimed he would personally cover the cost, but now he's reportedly pushing for taxpayers.
This is not a popular project. Only 28% of Americans supported him illegally knocking the White House down in the middle of the night to build this. And that was before we found out we'd be paying for it. These are all the times Trump posted that the ballroom would be built using zero taxpayer dollars.
To hand over nearly $1 billion for what critics call a private luxury ballroom. Kimmel reminded viewers how the entire construction plan first began.
I don't get it. Why does he need a room to hold balls? He's already holding a lot of balls. He's holding J.D. Vance's balls. He's got Lindsey Graham's balls. He's holding the balls of almost every Republican.
According to Kimmel, parts of the White House were quietly torn down overnight to make room for what he mocked as a taxpayer-funded vanity project. He then delivered a cutting explanation for why this ballroom supposedly...
Nobody else ever ended a war. And the person that won the Nobel Prize, Maria, she's a good person. She said, I don't deserve this. This deserves to President Trump.
...exists in the first place. The crowd's stunned reaction to that punchline revealed everything about today's Republican Party. In an apparent effort to...
The Democrats, when you have men and women sports, when you have open borders, when you have transgender mutilation, don't listen to this, kids, of your children, transgender mutilation of your children, for everyone.
For everyone. Everyone's getting mutilated. Did you know that?
Shift attention away from the spending controversy.
This man is insane, okay? There are kids in the... And he made up a word, mutilation, and he's telling children about it. Next thing you know, he'll be telling them his favorite story of the tale of the lady weightlifter.
Trump revived the presidential fitness test and invited a group of children into the...
They had a man powerlifter, and he decided to go the opposite direction. Took a record, stood for 18 years. He beat it by 119 pounds. Whoa. Okay? He was a failed powerlifter. But he went on the other side and he decided that he wanted to go into women's sports, and he broke the record by 118 pounds.
Oval Office. He actually boasted to elementary school students about allegedly taking a Nobel Prize away from a woman named Maria. Moments later, he quickly transitioned.
Well, I'll do it again. I had the ultimate poll. I did so well. And I had the ultimate poll, and we won in a landslide. We won every single swing state. We won the popular vote. We won everything you can win. We won 87% of the counties in the United States.
Are you for f***ing real?
Into yet another one of his latest obsessions. Kimmel looked completely baffled by what he was witnessing on screen. He sarcastically described it as an incredibly normal...
He lines up a putt in front of the kids. And he misses the putt, but there you go. I'll get that for you, Mr. President. They get him another ball. And now you hear the song Gloria blasting in the background because kids love Laura Branigan. He took 3 shots. He missed all of them. And then he gave up. Yeah, he's just like, which is a great lesson. You know, if you don't succeed, try 2 more times and then screw it.
And perfectly rational discussion to have with young American children. And before the students left, Trump added one more enormous...
Iranians have even suggested they have dolphins that are trained to carry mines, which is a notion our Secretary of War disputes.
Are there still concerns about mines in the Strait? And can you kind of clarify these reports of kamikaze dolphins that we've heard about?
I haven't heard the kamikaze dolphin thing. It's like sharks with laser beams, right?
And I can't confirm or deny whether we have kamikaze dolphins, but I can confirm they don't.
Can you, though? I mean, maybe they're enriching an underground stockpile of kamikaze dolphins. We don't know. They could be hiding anything in those beards.
False claim to the mix. He told the room he had won 87% of the country, despite speaking to children who probably didn't even know what a swing state was. But the most bizarre example of presidential fitness came immediately after the speech ended. At the same time, his administration was dealing with an extremely strange and very real military controversy involving Iran. The Secretary of Defense was forced to go on national television to deny rumors about so-called kamikaze dolphins. Trump was simultaneously demanding $1 billion taxpayer dollars for a ballroom after allegedly demolishing parts of the White House to build it. To distract the public, he gathered children in the Oval Office and launched into rambling speeches about mutilation, stolen Nobel Prizes, and a fictional landslide election victory. Meanwhile, top military officials were appearing on cable news to respond to stories about weaponized dolphins. Kimmel painted the picture of an administration that, in his view, has stopped focusing on governing and instead operates around vanity projects and chaotic distractions aimed at children. Sometimes it takes a comedian to highlight that the people acting most immature are the ones supposedly in charge. Subscribe if you think the truth has become even more unbelievable than the lies.